Hey everybody, welcome. I'm here. I think these lights are a little bright. Is that better? That might be too dark. Maybe like that. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to drink some coffee and chill. FMS has a new release coming out, so we can talk about that. I wonder if I can adjust the Hey, how's it going? Looks like I've got another viewer. I do wonder if I can adjust the title after I've started. Let's find out. Stream settings. Yeah, I can. Anyway, for those of you watching this back, I'm so sorry that was so boring in the beginning. I just installed some new lights in here. That's what I was doing for the past hour. They might be too bright. I didn't think that was possible, but this light over here is definitely a different temperature than these lights, which causes a problem. And if I turn the rest of these on, it kind of drowns out that one a little bit, but then this side of my face is still pretty gnarly. Maybe I'll turn that one off and just leave these on. I'm gonna try that and see what happens. Oh, it's super warm now. I don't know that that's a good idea. Ugh, what am I doing? I am going to order some parts, actually. I don't have my calipers here. Dang. What am I going to measure that with? Can I measure it? Maybe. Maybe I can measure it. Probably not. I can release products in my stream. What? Ladybugs have invaded. Ladybugs don't invest, they invade. Well, what do I have to work on right now? I might flip the camera around and show you what I'm working on in CAD. I just don't know how to finish it. You know what? I am going to go grab my calipers, and I got to grab some screws to measure, and then I can order some things. And I need to get my mini 6x6 because I got to look at some things there, and then I can CAD some stuff up. Stand by. Good day, Crawler Mad. What is up? From what I understand, Crawler Mad is RC Granny. And I don't understand much. So, guessing at that one. I'm back. I think I'm settled. I've got the things I need. I am going to be ordering some parts on Amazon. I need to set up my live stream so that I can... No, there are 2 of you? Oh my. This is going to be confusing. 2 RC grannies? That's why I can't ever figure it out, because I don't know who I'm talking to. I am missing a wheel, though, and I don't know where it went. So at some point, I got to find that. It's these tiny little wheels. I don't know how you feel about micro crawlers. Somebody sent me a text message, and I'm like looking at that as I'm trying to talk. But these are a 0.7-inch rim that I designed for these little teeny tiny tires to go on a little teeny tiny truck. This is a FMS FCX 24M. So it's like the smallest, best truck you can buy, in my opinion. It's got a 2-speed transmission. It's like 24th scale. And I built these tiny little wheels to go on it so that it looks even more scale. So, okay, I've got these 2 wheels and I've got that one. I'm supposed to have 4 more of these. I I think these are the same ones. Yep. And I have 3 of them, so I gotta go find it. So what time is it in Australia? Nope, not there. Because you're my only viewer right now, so we're having a conversation at this point. I'm drinking coffee, and it's 8:20 at night. 8:20 p.m. for me. I also don't like foams. 11:20. That's got to be AM. That's not bad. Not bad. But it's tomorrow, right? Or for you, it's today. I don't put foams in my little crawlers because they make the wheels too stiff. So I just throw those away when I get them. Right, screws. So I want to order some ball ends for this 14th scale WPO that my neighbor gave me. And Thursday, I think you mean Tuesday, because today's Monday. Yeah, so you're watching from the future. That's awesome. These are 3.8 millimeters. Oh my gosh, that reflection is terrible. But they're an M4 screw. So if I cut Granny's building her next Millennium Falcon, another one? Or the same one? Or just building another and it's the Millennium Falcon? So it's an M4 screw, but it's technically 3.88 millimeters, and it seems to be pretty consistent with these M4s to be 3.8 something. 3.89, actually they're very consistent. Yes, it's the next one. 3.9, so between 3.85 probably, 3.88 and 3.9 is an actual M4 screw. And my idea is to get ball ends that are M4, but I don't have any rod to thread down. And I'm wondering if an actual M4 rod is going to be too big, or if an actual M4 rod is really 3.89. Okay, so if I go into I can't really get into the threads with my jaws here. I could estimate if I come to there and there, that goes down to almost 3. So that thread depth is about 0.5 millimeter. I'm going to do this. I have very good eyesight, so this works for me. It wouldn't work for most people. Okay, so 3.2. Yeah, about 3 is the depth of cut on the diameter of the thread. So a 4 millimeter rod should work. Good. So I can order some 4 millimeter rod and some 4 millimeter ball ends to stick in there. Found some on Amazon that are metal that are pretty cheap. Hopefully they are fluid enough, because sometimes when I buy those, they are not fluid. I left them in the cart. No, I didn't. What did I do with them? 4 millimeter RC truck link ends. Link ends. That's what we're gonna go for. $10 for 10 pieces. $15 for 20. This is SCX-10-2. We have angled ones. Yeah, it seems like about $1 a piece. It's pretty common. Those are blue. Black is fine. I don't need anything special. Here's 30 pieces for the TRX4. High precision. Maybe I'll do this. Some of them have some weird angles, but you know what? I don't even mind that. Oh, it uses a 3mm. And so that's 7. What is it on the inside? TRX4 might use an M3 screw instead of an M4 screw. Well, that sucks, because I really want M4s for this project. 30 pieces. The TRX4 is just so popular that those ball ends are really cheap. Yep, join me shopping. That's what we're doing tonight, I guess. TRX4. Okay, what are these? QT, QUE-T. They're titanium in color, or I can get the silver, red, blue, or black. But they are aluminum ends, it looks like, with a steel ball. 3mm hole. I need a 4mm hole, but it takes an M4. I guess I could use a 3mm screw. No, I can't because I made a 4mm hole. This is going to be interesting. So I guess I'm going to have to go with this because it's the only one with a 4mm hole, I think. And it uses an M4 thread. And then I just need some 4mm rod, which is $12 for 10, 20 of them. And they're 300mm, 30 centimeters long. So it is $15, $16 for 20 of those, which will get me 2.5 trucks worth. No, it gets me 1 truck's worth, because it takes 16 ball ends to build a truck. So should I get 2 packages and then I'm good for any future projects? Maybe. We're going to add that to the cart. We're going to scroll around and see if I find anything else here. I should be showing you guys some projects. I haven't been well, I have. I have some CAD projects. I could turn the camera around and show you my CAD projects, because those are fun. Crawler Mad, are you into building tiny trucks? Because that's what I've been into. Sometimes it's cheaper just buying another cheap Chinese truck that has the parts you need. You're not wrong. Honestly, that's why I bought this. I might make a t-shirt that says you're not wrong. It came with this on top of it, right? So I swapped out the wheels. I did put body mounts under, well, magnets. I put magnets under here so that we could just swap out the bodies real quick and change out the wheels if I wanted the original wheels. But it's the FMS, right? And really, I like this truck, which is a Revel it's a Ford Raptor, but it's called the Snap Tight kit. And it is, they call it 1/25th scale. Yeah, but it fits, this wheelbase of this is the exact wheelbase of this Defender 110, I think is what they call that one. And I had to do 0 modifications. These are just wheels that I've been mocking up, that I've been working on, because I'm trying to get more offset to the inside so that this truck looks just way more scale. And I spent $100 on it because they were doing a sale. I think they're $130 or $140 right now. So they are more expensive, but it's got a 2-speed transmission. It's got all the electronics, comes with a radio. I do need to get a radio I can buy in more trucks too. But you're absolutely right. That is way cheaper than trying to buy all these parts and build this truck. And this body was like $25. So for building 24th scale, like my own rigs, I'm going to go find the body I want, especially if it's one of these 25th scale ones, and just keep buying those trucks. Or I get a couple of them and set them up a little bit differently, and then I just slap a different body on it, and away I go. I'm driving a different truck because it's all about how it looks anyway. The function is important, but you're basically going to build trucks to function a specific way because that's what you want. I mean, Mike is building a, what is it? Mud truck, because he wants it to be a mud truck, but it's going to be built almost exactly like another mud truck he's done. So, what is that thing on my screen? Is that an AI? Hang on. Do I have an AI button? That'd be funny. Maybe I do. I dropped that can in the driveway before I came in, and I salted the driveway. So now there's like gravel and salt on the top of the can. I think it's gone now. Yummy. Hopefully that doesn't hurt me. I don't know what I was going on about now. Nice. What was I going on about? Buying cheap trucks and then putting all kinds of bodies on them. I have so many unfinished projects. I have so many unstarted projects. Let me show you this crawler med. It's where I keep my spare batteries. This is going to become a version of Wrecker Rick Murphy's Diesel. It's a YouTube channel. He's got a Dodge. Well, it's not a Dodge anymore because Ram is now the brand and not the type of truck. He's got a Ram 5500 Wrecker that he converted into a crawler. And so it now has huge tires on it, a Wrecker boom, 4-wheel steer. Like, the thing is insane. And that's what I'm going to turn this into. So the bed comes off. I build like a custom bed, fenders, all that. But this is going to go on a TRX 4M chassis. And I might build it. I might build that one from the ground up, just because I'm going to want specific parts on it. And if I buy something and then I replace all the parts on it, it's kind of like, what's the point? Here's another TRX 4M. I've got little wheels on the front because I was testing something, didn't finish. But that's going to be like real close. This is technically 1/25th scale, 1/20th, and this is 1/18th. But scales are so irrelevant. They build things however they want. This is a truck that I'm going to build. It's going to go on something. But once I build the chassis for this, I'm probably going to have multiple bodies that are going to fit that chassis. Because this is cool. It's going to be a really cool truck. So this is going to be really cool when I get done with it. It's going to be friggin' awesome. Yes, M4 rod and these links. What did I say? 20 of them for $15, $16? Yes, I think that's what I'm going to get. And I'm going to get 2 of them. So that I have 40 links and I can build more trucks off of those links. There are some like regular 10th scale links I can go get for like $13 or $14, and I get a whole set of them. But I'm stuck at those lengths unless I can turn it down and rethread it. So I'm going to go with link ends and the rod ends, and I can build custom length links, custom shapes if I want, and then I'm good. So that's going to be $43 for all of that, which is a shame that it is that much money, but could be worse. I could have no budget to build things. The other thing is, it's a truck that's just kind of blah. It's whatever. It's like a 14th scale crawler. And it came with a, I don't know, old type Toyota body. I'm going to put this body on it because it really fits well with the truck. And I like the look of it. So I have the same problem, 6 unfinished builds and about 20 more to make it mod. Just need the time. We all need a machine shop to make these parts. Funny enough, my friend who does my 3D printing for me has basically a machine shop. He has a lathe we were playing with the other day. He just finished a laser cutter, which is phenomenal. Obviously, he's got the 3D printer. He has a CNC router that he's going to be taking apart or selling as a whole and building a better router that will do, that will do metal. So you can cut out aluminum and stuff with a router. Basically turn it into a large size mill. Not really, because it's just going to be shapes. I guess he will have a third axis, but, and then he's got like a mini end mill, CNC end mill, which we have played with also, but I have not actually put files into CAD for the end mill. And the lathe is not CNC, it is just a regular lathe. So I do have some of these at my disposal-ish. I gotta drive 15 minutes down the road to get access to them. And I have to learn how to use them. So, but since you're the only one here, and for whoever's gonna watch it later, I also have a diff cover, diff housing, I guess is what you call it, for the TRX-4M that has working, is this the one that works? I think it is. Working locking diff capabilities. So I've now modeled this in CAD, and this is going to be the central point of my 10th scale IFS system. I know they already make 10 scale IFSs and they're only $100. And I say only because, like you said, it's cheaper to buy the thing than often to build it. But what's going to be cool about this is the locking diff part. I do have the truck with the IFS2 element, U-Tron, but I want an IFS with a locking diff. Oh, this is great. So I modeled this. It was crazy. It took me forever. And now I need to build like supports on it and different things so that this will work in a thing. But basically, I just need to put spots on here to mount it into frame rails and then arm connections for the suspension arms. And then, yes, I will need something to mount the shocks to. But the arms are going to be interesting because I want to run dual shocks per side, like trophy truck style. I'm really into trophy trucks, if you hadn't noticed. Yeah, I also fly RC planes, and I have a second channel called MSB Flight, F-L-I-T-E. Oh, let me try putting a link in the chat. Crawler Mad, you could probably help me with this. I should know how to do all of these things. I run a whole live stream department for my church, and I do not know how to do most of these things. I'm looking. There it is. And let's do this. Drop that in the chat. Just when you get all the settings worked out, they change it. They do. Oh, it looks like that worked. It looks like I can just type it in. Oh, yeah, I should do that. Let me do that right now while you mentioned it. View my channel. Customize channel. And home tab, dashboard, content. Name, make stuff better. I wonder if I can change my handle to make stuff better. And oh, no. Handle not available. So I have to have the 19 on there. 19 was my number growing up. I played hockey. There we go. Publish. Nice. Done. Okay. Go back to the live monitor. Yeah, I am not very good at managing social media stuff, so I do need to do those things. In the bottom left, bottom right corner, this side over here, do you see MSB or do you see an M? Oh, it's not a link? What did I do? What did I do wrong? You see an M. So I thought I changed that to, it should show the icon, right? The MSB icon. How do we, takes me to my channel dashboard. That's my old logo, but I don't know why that is there instead of where it should be. All right, we're gonna figure it out. I titled the video, FMS has a new release. Haven't talked about that yet, but we should chat about it. I'm going to drop a link in the chat that you can click on, and then you can see this. Share, copy. I don't need to keep watching that. Here we go. The original device I set it up on, so my phone, maybe? Okay. But go check out that link, and you're gonna see an 18th scale El Bandito FMS Bronco. The El Bandito is a custom trophy truck build off a Ford Bronco. When it's not a U4 truck, it's actually a trophy truck without spare tires. It's more of a show truck. They don't actually race it, but Funhaver built it. And they build a lot of off-road parts for a lot of vehicles. I don't think it's just Broncos, but it's there. So if you click that link, you can see the short, and they're like, it'll be released in 2 days. And I'm like, I could have bought that months ago on AliExpress. The one thing about it that I'm not excited about is the fact that it is not a solid rear axle. Yikong are the makers of it. Yeah, like Traction, is it Traction Hobby? And Yikong have a thing going on where they built the U4 and then they built the big El Bandito. I was hoping they were going to put it on this platform because they already have it. All they had to do was build a body. It's a solid rear axle truck. It's their FSC 24, FMS Short Course 24, which is not at all a 24 scale truck. This is definitely an 18 scale truck. I don't know. FMS, I was looking at their price. The cheapest listing I found for that truck is still $183 US. I don't know what this truck's going to retail for. They had a link in the description on that video, and I went there, and there's nothing there yet. That page does not exist. So in 2 days, I'm sure it'll be there. But I've looked it over, and it's just a little basher with that body on it, and I'm like, nah, they could do better. I am interested though, and I would like to pick one up if they were like sub 150. If it was sub 150, I'd probably go pick one up. If it's like on the high end, like 200, I don't know if I can. You have too many, so you stop buying. You stop buying the Yikongs or just like trucks in general? I mean, the body they put on this thing is incredible. When I can buy just the body, maybe I'll adapt something else. It might also be the same size as like the Mojave Grom. But everything's moving so fast, it's hard to really see what it really is, especially the underneath. But they look pretty cool. That's for sure. If you haven't seen, there's so many YouTube channels out there that, like, if you're a real good YouTube supporter, that it's like impossible to keep up with. But Bang for Your Buck RC Reviews is actually my neighbor. He lives right over there. And he just put out a video. I have yet to watch it because it landed just a couple minutes ago when I started this. So I was like, oh, I need to watch that, but I gotta go live. But yeah, it looks like he's got a Ford F-150 similar to the TRX 4M. And it'd be a good deal. So I'm interested to see what he said about it. This is pretty cool. These things were so cheap. They were like 40 bucks, $45, $48 on Amazon. And they're CNC aluminum. There's a guy on Etsy who's been 3D printing and selling these for like 80 bucks. So the tracks are all TPU rubber. These are molded rubber. So they're more like the large TRX4 tracks and an actual rubber. But I'm so impressed with how well they work, and I'm more impressed with how cheap they were. You have that truck? What do you think of it? Good for mods. Just from his thumbnail, it looked like the axles were really chunky looking, and it might just be how the picture was taken. Are the axles chunky, or are they more like a TRX 4M or SCX24 axle where it's a little bit more proportional? I do have coffee left. I love it when I have a little bit of coffee left. You did an unboxing video? I'm going to go watch your video in 8 more minutes when I get done here going live. Yeah, they are chunky. I thought that I was going to be this way, but the more I get into RC, the more I really enjoy the scale look. I love scale. So parts like this truck, this is honestly one of my favorites. The Orlando Hunter trophy truck. It's 1/32 scale, but it's scale like, oh my gosh. Look at this underside. The parts are so little, but it's built so well. You did a comparison with the FCX K10. Nice. That's actually a really good truck to compare to it, because the FCX series are very competitive when it comes to keeping up with other trucks. Oh, we got somebody else watching. Who are you? Drop it in the chat. I'm Gabe. welcome to the channel. Oh, and they left. I wonder if they're just like scrolling and being like, ooh, this looks like it might be interesting, and they're not interested at all. But, do I buy these parts now? And then I'm down $45 on my budget. Because I kind of want that FMS truck, even though it's not a solid rear axle. Even though. Because I do like that El Bandito. And I'm really interested to see how big it is. You'll promote me next time you're on Waffles Live. It's fine. I don't really, I mean, I like to see the channel grow, and it does do something for me on the inside. It probably helps my ego a little bit. But I don't like to outwardly tell people, I need my channel to grow, because then it's just like, you lose some of your humility. And I don't like losing humility. I do like this camera, though. This is the way to stream, I tell you what. The forward-facing camera on my phone does not do it for me. I honestly just need to be more consistent on YouTube, and the channel would probably just take off. If I posted a short every day and I had a long video once a week, I would be like going crazy. That is a good thing. Yes, we do like to support each other. As soon as you put something in the chat for another channel, I just go and subscribe to them, even if it's content that I'm not really into, because I'm like, it's usually a small channel. It makes a big difference. I think I need to do a better job managing my time, honestly. Because I doom scroll a little too much. I mean, I think any doom scrolling is too much. But it makes it tough. But when you're so tired, your brain is like, I don't want to do creative things. I want to turn off. And maybe that's the thing. It's like, just do creative things until you're too tired and then go to bed. You know? Just go to bed. What else should we talk about here for the last few minutes? That's what we all do. I mean, this is like key. I get so tired, and I feel like I haven't had enough me time. And so I'm just like, oh, what videos are out? Honestly, long form videos are better for me than short form videos because I don't scroll as much with that. But I feel like I try to get more me time at the end of the day, and I end up staying up too late doom scrolling. So I got to work on that. But yes, just go and enjoy your trucks. I need to do that more. The other thing is I need to like save money to buy parts so I can build trucks, and I gotta focus. I gotta figure out which trucks am I gonna work on next. I have some of these CAD files that I am working on, and that's probably what I need to do, is just finalize some of these projects so I can post the files and people can have them. My Bronco here has an independent front suspension that is almost complete. It has the ability for four-wheel drive. The drive shafts are tough to figure out. I can build them, but it's not something just anybody can build, which is really, I don't want that. And there are a bunch of micro, what do they call them? Micro runners. It's like a pre-runner on an 18th or 24th scale. I think they're almost all 24th scale. But none of them have front-wheel drive. They're all rear-wheel drive, which is fine because pre-runners and a lot of trophy trucks are actually two-wheel drive. But I want a four-wheel drive version. And FMS, no, Mias. did come out with this, but it's a little wider than I want it to be. It's great on a U4 truck because it's going to stick out beyond the fenders anyway, but I want that trophy truck. And to make this a trophy truck, it's just going to be way too fat. So I'm building my own. This does have portals in the front though, which is very fascinating. But because it's got portals, I can't use these drive shafts on that system because that doesn't have portals. And it's like, what, 100, 120 bucks for this? It's the same price for the U-Tron, which I have right down here. Independent front suspension. And this is 10th scale. It's like so insane. Look at this. I know you already know what this looks like, but it's the same price for this. This is mostly plastic though, and that is all CNC'd aluminum, which is kind of crazy. And I do think Mia stole my idea because I posted a video over a year ago of my first iteration of that IFS and for the TRX-4M specifically. And that's what that is built for, is TRX-4M. I need to get to the beach and do some videos there before winter comes. That's right, you're coming into winter. I'm coming into spring, kind of. It's snowing outside right now. You saw my video I sent to Mike yesterday. If you don't, go watch his live. Somewhere halfway through. No, not halfway through. It's towards the beginning, probably in that first quarter, because I think he went for over an hour and a half. And I texted him a video. I'm like, this is what I've got right now. I'm driving down the road, and it's just like blizzard, snowstorm looking. We got like 6 inches. That was funny. It's still snowing. It pretty much stopped today, but then it started up this evening. Nothing stock. Welcome. Your winter's probably like my spring. Alex, are you part of the Waffles crew? Is that how Mad Crawler Mad knows you? Yeah, I've been on for almost an hour. I'll give it a few more minutes. We got 2 people watching who are going to comment. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. I've just been going over trophy truck stuff, talking about my woes. We don't freeze where I live. Yeah, it goes well below freezing here. I get minus 24 or something is what I saw this winter at my house. I can go places, within an hour or 2 hours and be like minus 40 pretty easily. But yeah, here it's definitely a little more mild. Oh, you sent Waffles the die-cast 18th scale truck. Part of the wolf pack with Rock Wolf. Nice. Yeah, Waffles. Mike is a pretty awesome guy. Speaking of Mike, so I was telling Crawler Mad about this, which is a diff housing for a TRX-4M differential, locking differential, and I've got everything in here to allow the locking mechanism to work, and I'm going to build an IFS system for a 10th scale rig around this, so we can have a locking front differential in an independent front suspension for 10th scale. And this came about because I was working on an 18th scale version. I have been working on it. It's not finalized yet, but here it is on my TRX-4M. And the goal is to have this 4-wheel drive rig. And he was like, yeah, just scale that up and we'll do it on a 10th scale rig. And I was like, you know what? I want a locking diff. And sorry, I'm reading your comments as I'm doing this. I want a locking diff on that 10th scale so I can put Traxxas diffs in here And so this is as far as I've gotten. It works. I can put all the mechanism in here and it functions. So now I've got to build the independent suspension part of this, and then shock mounts, which should be very easy, but I want to run dual shocks per corner. Trophy truck style, because that's what I'm into. I have a wall of parts for them, Alex. Just too many other jobs to finish before I start a die cast. Alex, are you talking about die cast for the purpose of RC? I actually have one of those I took apart, and I have yet to build the die cast into anything. I was going to make this an 18 scale fun haver. Here's the problem with me. I come up with all these ideas, and companies then also have the same idea and build it before I do. This was supposed to be, it's a two-door Bronco, supposed to be the fun haver in an 18 scale on a TRX-4M chassis. And basically I got it, took it apart, and it's been sitting in a box of parts for months. I put it out on the internet, but I started that independent front suspension for the TRX-4M 18 scale. Then they built this and sold it. That's an independent front suspension for TRX-4M 18th scale style. So that's two things now. What's the third thing? I know there's like at least one or two more that I was like, I need to do this, and I just sit on it and somebody else does it. That's good. I can't wait to see if you curse me for doing one the way I did. You have to keep ideas in the vault. That's true. If I struggle, I'll send it to you. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that it would blow my channel up, and it didn't really. I think just posting more often will help my channel blow up. But, oh, what was the other thing? Oh, an independent front suspension system for the FMS FCX24M, specifically the Tacoma, because the Tacoma would have independent front suspension. I have the Tacoma right here. And I got this and was like, man, this needs independent front suspension. Somebody else already did it. It wasn't an RC company. It was RC Mods on Instagram. I think he's on YouTube also. Oh, there was something else. I was like, I need to do this. And then somebody else came out with it. Dang it. But yeah, some of these ideas, they are in the vault. I haven't done anything with them. And then companies just do it. Ooh. Nothing stock RC. You have converted a number of vehicles from diecast to RC. You did some 24s with just a body swap. Also did 18 scale diecast without using an RC chassis. That's interesting. I'm going to go look at your channel when I get off here, and that's what I'm going to spend my evening doing instead of doom scrolling. But I'm also going to do this. Let me turn this camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. Bring this down. This is the part I'm working on for this chassis. Let's select it all. So this is a TRX-6M chassis. So you've got your shock mounts and your link mounts here and here. Your skid plate goes there, and the front just mounts to the skid plate like normal. So I designed it that way the front is the same length. And then under here, you've got a bearing carrier, so your drive shaft goes from there to here, and then your second drive shaft goes from there to your axle. And then you go axle to axle. So you have to buy axles with a pass-through. But the tilt bed, I've got a linear actuator that mounts right in here. And then it goes, well, this part mounts actually right in here. But I'm modifying it because it pivots on this, and then it actually tilts the flatbed up. But that truck is downstairs. If you go to my channel, I've got a bunch of videos on it. Like doing rescues and actuating the bed and stuff. So once I get this part squared away, I have to look at the truck and decide what's going on with the truck that this will work with. Because originally I just had this pin, and it was unsupported in the middle, so it was clamped on both sides, but then there was this big space in between, and the pin would often break because it's just 3D printed. So I'm trying to build some support right up next to it, so it's more of a shear and less of a bend. So we'll see how that goes. But the bed tilts and slides, so it's really cool for that. And then once I get this part finalized, I can then do a build video on it. Which means I gotta buy a bunch of parts. I could take apart the old one, the one I've already got, and build that again. Oh, there I am. Let's skip ahead to live. Oh, bang for your buck RC reviews. I gave you a shout out earlier because how was Mexico? Mexico was good, actually. Oh, we got the infinity loop happening here. Mexico was really good. I am glad to be back. The sun was amazing there. I did get a very mild sunburn, but it was great. Yeah, I was just talking about, Robbie, your video that you just put out. I need to go watch it. I didn't see it came out until I was about to go live, and I was like, I gotta go watch that. So I'll be watching that. Also, Crawler Mad in the chat did a video on that exact same truck. He did an unboxing. He's going to do a run video here pretty soon. So check that out. I'm going to have to ask Waffles to see the two-wheel drive Chevy and see the four-wheel drive Ford on Earl's RC. Jason Earl. Jason Earl. Is that his channel? Because what I'll do is I'll just go straight over there. Jason Earl. He's an American actor. Let me see. That is not him. Let's see if we can find him this way. Because if I can find him, I'll drop his link in the chat. Or you could drop it in the chat. We won't be able to click on it, _ Earl's RC. We won't be able to click on it, but we will if I find it and drop it in there. Ooh, there it looks like 120 subscribers. Okay, I'm dropping this guy in the chat. Go subscribe to him. Yeah. Subscribe. I'm going to leave that tab open so I can remember to get back there. Now what were we looking at? We were going to go do something, and I forget what it was. Yeah, Robbie's probably one of the best RC supporters I've ever met. The blue F100 is the one that Alex built him. That's what it was. Die-cast conversion. I am going to queue up. And that's his... oh, it's a 6-minute video. I like that. He's got a dirt bike in the back. Oh, dude, that's going to be great. So I got to go check out the video from Robbie, and I got to go check out that one. I got to open some tabs here while I'm thinking about it. And go watch these. This will be my evening. This will be my evening wind down, is watching everybody's videos here. Type bang into the search and it automatically comes up bang for your buck, RC reviews. There it is. Pull that up. And then nothing stock. I had to pull up your channel. Nope, not like that. We're getting there. We're getting there. A good way to spend it. It is a good way to spend my wind down time. If you guys can see, my hair looks gray today because I was spraying paint on ceilings. Well, I wasn't doing it, my guys were doing it, and I was in and out of the rooms coaching them on their painting and double checking their work. And so I wasn't wearing the suit with the mask and everything because I was in different rooms. But yeah, got some in my hair. A road train build. Oh, yes, we should spam him about a road train build. You're talking about like just a bunch of trailers or like a couple of trucks and a bunch of trailers? Lunchtime down here. Yeah. Sure, that's what it is. Pop some popcorn and refreshment, y'all. Yeah, Robbie, you want to come over? We'll watch some RC videos. Just embrace old age coming on. You know, I feel like I'm the fun uncle to a lot of kids in my area, and I go to church with them, but they're like teenage to early 20s, and so I actually am an old guy to them. I'm 38, but so many of them were born in this century. I'm just like, who are you? Aussie road train, 1 truck and 4 to 5 trailers. Yeah, old age gets here quickly. Still a youngin'. Well, I'm no granny. Not yet. I'll be a grampy. But, dude. Okay, so this is what I want to do. Now that I've got people here to talk to, I'm like really talking. I want to build an 18th scale semi, because I don't know of anybody who's actually done like a real good 18th scale semi. And then trailers are just easy builds. So I'll build an 18th scale road train. I'll do like a multi-video series on it, and because I've already got the plans, I put them in the rollback. I just build a shorter version and do semi, which is something I've been wanting to do anyway. So I can do my build video with the semi and then add in the part for the rollback so you get the whole build video for that part. Because everybody is like, how did you do the rollback, slide, tilt? And that's the thing. Maybe that's my next. I do want to build this off-road wrecker. I really want to build this off-road wrecker, but this is going to be a lot of hard work. The semi is going to be not so much work because I basically already have it done. I just have to buy parts and put it together. I also painted the one that I have, the rollback, and that is black, but I wouldn't paint the next one. I would just use whatever color that truck comes. If I find somebody making it next month, I spoke about it. Yes. So that means I just have to start doing it, you know? Like maybe the first video is, this is the idea. I'm going to shop the parts, and I buy all the parts. So like, here's the problem. I need to get the MT12 from Radio Master, which is a radio that will bind to any truck. It has 16 channels. It is fully programmable, like beyond. It uses software that they use in flight controllers, which I have one of those. But maybe I could just use my flight controller instead of buying that. But it's a surface controller with the wheel and just a crap ton of buttons and switches. So once I get that, now I have, or just use my flight controller. I could just use my flight controller. The problem with using a flight controller is the left stick doesn't return. It's adjustable, so I can set it to do that, but then to go flying, I have to like unset it, and it's not a very fast thing to do. Maybe it's faster than I think. I don't know. I just don't have enough channels to do the things I need to do. Even my rollback, I need like 8 or 9 channels to actually run it the way I want to, and I only have a 6-channel radio hooked up to it. So I'm not buying the FMS El Bandito, I guess. I have to buy the parts to build this thing. So does that mean I don't buy the parts to build up the 14th scale that Robbie gave me? Because I thought I could make the parts for it. It didn't work, Robbie. Didn't work. I have to buy links. You can't make them. It doesn't work to make them. At least the way I've been trying to make them. Because you get no left and right articulation. It'll move straight up and down, but that's it. And you need left and right if you're going to crawl with it. Although my live streams aren't that popular, unless just like, you know, FMS or Mias is paying attention to me. I did reach out to Mias to get them to send me one of those IFS kits, and they were like, yeah, maybe, I got to talk to my manager or whatever, the person that responded, and then I never heard anything back. I did get Turnigy reaching out to me to do, those links don't work. Like the, yes, the suspension links that I tried to build where I just took the rod and bent it in a circle. Technically, they fit, but they have no sideways articulation, which ball end links will give me. So do I spend the $45 to buy the ball end links and the rods to build my own links, because I'm going to need custom lengths, or do I save that money and go get the FMS Funhaver 18th scale when it comes out, because I really have been wanting one of those. I've been wanting somebody to build the body for that so I could put it on a TRX 4M platform. But I think it's going to be much bigger than the TRX 4M 18th scale. It's going to be more like a 16th scale slash, I think. Which means I would need, well, this is independent rear suspension, which is going to be the exact same thing as that truck. But I do have the Axial Yeti Junior Score, next to that also, which is Tommy. Welcome to the chat. Which is, what was I saying? It's all independent rear suspension, which I don't want on my micro trucks, my trophy trucks. You got to have the solid rear axle. Am I right, Tommy? If you guys haven't subscribed to TR Concepts, his channel is actually TRRC. Not, I mean, yes, that's how you find it, is TR Concepts -YZ9V. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go visit his channel, and we're going to put a link to that right in the chat so that you guys can go subscribe. Couldn't be easier. And there it is. He's trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And he's got like, what do you have? 8? I've got it right here. Hang on. 780. He's almost at 800. I think we can get him to 1,000. Tell you what, TRRC. If you go, I was looking for Nothing Stock 86. I can't find his channel right now. Tommy, if you on Sunday, it would be Sunday evening for you at 6 o'clock. Waffles RC goes live, and you jump on that chat. His channel's doing very well. Crawler Mad here is a moderator for his channel, so you just pop in and be like, "Sup, guys," and he'll throw. Oh, I don't want to speak for him. He may throw your channel's link into the chat, and then like a bunch of people will go subscribe to you because you make good content. Honestly, I enjoy your content. And if you don't pop in there, maybe I will pop in and mention you, and we can push your channel that way. Oh yeah, there he is. He'll drop a link. I don't like speaking for people, but sometimes I do. I do it anyway. Handle is Nothing Stock 83. I was going 86. Why was I saying 86? Because I think somebody else mentioned it at 86. At Nothing Stock. Not 82, 83. I'm going to get it. We're just going to go youtube.com at Nothing Stock 86. Oh, that doesn't, no slash. Not like the track's a slash, like a, oh my gosh, do I not know how to use a computer right now? Wow. I ended up in a freaking Google search. It's still not working. I'm back at Jason Earl's channel. Oh my gosh. This is so crazy. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I'm sorry, guys. Crawling Addict, welcome to the chat. Oh my gosh. Waffles is here. Please tell me you're not about to leave. Well, I was going to leave 20 minutes ago, actually. And then people started jumping on. So I need a beer. I usually don't like beer, funny enough. I do like seltzer. I'm kind of a mixed drink guy. If Waffles is here, he just dropped it in. He said, "Please tell me you're not getting on. You're about to leave." Waffles. There is a young man in the chat, TR Concepts. We need to promote his channel. He's trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. He's at 780 right now. He also lives in Canada. And so he's probably getting hit with this storm that I'm getting hit with right now. You don't have him on your screen. You have to scroll up a little bit. Yeah, it's probably like 10 chats up. Waffle said something. We dropped a link to TR Concepts just up in the chat a little bit. You can click that. But he does basically exclusively trophy truck content, similar to how you build stuff, Mike. It's fully welded cages, and it's awesome. Oh, Max, welcome to the chat. I am going to drop Max's channel in here. Go subscribe to Max. You know what I just realized is that I can click on your handle in the chat. You can't do this to each other, but I can click on it and just go to your channel. There's Nothing Stock RC right there. Nothing Stock 83, not RC. Nothing Stock. Oh, there's no G on nothing. Well, bye, Guspins. Oh, yeah, dude. You would enjoy his stuff. He's using like slash parts and whatever. And honestly, his cinematography is very good as well. TR Concepts. That's my way. Yeah, you just click on it and then you go right to the channel. Like, pff. Yeah, so I got some channels to check out this evening. That'll be fun. Tommy, did you know that FMS is releasing a new El Bandito Bronco in 1/18 scale? It's not independent rear, it is independent rear suspension. It's not solid rear axle, which really disappoints me because they do have the ability to do that. I don't know why they chose to do it this way, unless they were after the performance of it. Not digging that. Depending on how much it is, I may have to go pick one up. But like I was explaining earlier, I need to get a Radiomaster radio. The MT12 is the one I'm thinking of. But now I'm kind of talking myself into just using my flying radio, which is the TX16S from Radiomaster, because Radiomaster builds a radio that'll bind to anybody's vehicle, anybody's receiver, doesn't matter. All of my trucks in here, I can put a memory card in it, and I can store as many vehicles as that memory card will hold. It's unbelievable. But it'll bind to Spectrum, Dumbo, like you name it, whatever this is. The FMS radio, that might actually be Dumbo. Yeah, all the Chinese stuff, it'll bind to that. So it's like $150 for that radio, but once I do that, I've got 16 channels I can use, and I've already got builds that I've run out of channels on. The most I have on a radio, I think, is 6, and I've used them all. So I wanna buy that new FMS for the body. Basically, that's it. Maybe I can just wait until the bodies are available and then I go do that. And then I want to buy that radio, but I also have builds to do, and I'm trying to figure out with my limited budget, what am I gonna buy? What is like? Maybe I just need to do some builds. Maybe forget about the radio for now. I want to say they're gonna update it, but I haven't heard that anywhere. And if they update it, I want the updated version. I don't want the current version. So if I buy one, they update it, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to go get the updated one. Did I see the new ZD Racing short course truck 12, SCT 12? Guess what it's missing? A solid rear axle, probably, Robbie. They could so easily take one from another truck. Yes, they already built one in a 24th scale, right here. This is an FMS truck. Ugh. It's not an actual 24 scale. That is actually bigger than the TRX4M in width. FMS I can get for $226 with AliExpress $30 discount code. Ooh. Thank you, Crawler Mad. That'd be great. This is why we build our own trucks, is because they don't do enough in solid rear axle stuff. Solid rear axle with an independent front suspension. Let me clarify that. I think the FMS is going to be more 16th scale though, kind of like the. It'll probably play well with the Mojave Grom and the 16th scale slash, not the mini slash, because that is even bigger. It's probably 14th to 12th scale if I had to guess. All right, Robbie, you gave me something else to go look at on YouTube, so I'm opening another tab. I'm going to be doing a lot of research, and that is what I'm going to call it, research after the fact. Oh my gosh, my feed just gave me, I don't know if you guys know who Sam Pilgrim is. He's like a retired professional mountain biker. He's building a skateboard with suspension on it on the end of the trucks, and now I gotta go watch that. Oh my gosh. But not right now. I've got lots to catch up on. I forget now what I was even going to look up. I was going to look up, I'm going to go back to the chat, and you guys will probably remind me what it was. Crawler Mad, you know Sam Pilgrim. That's great. AI programming you. Probably is. We know how to get him on the channel. We're going to watch his live stream and see what he's chatting about, and just start throwing stuff in his feed. Yes, the 12th scale. Robbie, ZD Racing SCT 12. Okay. ZD Racing SCT 12. Oh, RC Sailors did a video on it 6 years ago. That is, that looks like a slash clone. 16th scale slash clone. I love also how Robbie has these models like just right at the front of his brain all the time. I'm like, oh, I want to get a whatever. He's like, you know what you should look at? And it's like an older, cheaper version of whatever I'm talking about. And I'm like, I didn't even know they made one of these. There's a video from the Banggood channel on this vehicle. And so far, the thumbnails and things I've seen are, it's a spitting image of a slash 1/16 scale. Yep, it's a Banggood truck. That sounds about right. What else do I need to go look at right now? I don't know. Mike might be listening in the car on his way home from work. He sometimes does that, which is why I started streaming later, because People, like if I stream at the time I want to stream at, it's like 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock my time, which is like middle of the afternoon on a Monday for people in the rest of the country. And for Mike, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But, oh, if you guys are interested in a 6x6 TRX 4M build, makes doing my math homework better. That's good, Tommy. I have plans for that on Cults 3D right now. I'm going to drop a link to that if you're interested. But if you are interested, anybody in the chat right now, send me an email at makestuffbetter.com. No, makestuffbetter@gmail.com. Better has 1 T in it. If you go 2 T's, you're going to send it to somebody else because that was not available when I made this email. But you can look at the plans if you guys want them. Anybody in the chat right now can have them for free. Actually, you can download them on Cults. What am I saying? I made them free on Cults for 3D because I don't have them finalized yet. So I'm going to drop this link. You can just go download them right now. There are a couple improvements I'm going to be making. So if you want, you have everything there right now for free. Any improvements I make, shoot me an email if you want those. I'll probably keep it free for now anyway, just because it's my first 3D model. 3D printable model, downloadable model, online. So I have a few more things to finish on it, like the CAD file I showed Crawler Mad earlier. But this is the truck that I'm going to turn into a semi. Oh, Waffles was here. I don't know if he's still here. But if you're listening, Mike, I'm going to build an 18th scale semi. And trailers, maybe. I am actually, so I keep seeing what Mike's building, and I'm like, I want to build an 18th scale version of that. So maybe I will build a rotator. An 18th scale rotator. That's going to be tough. You don't have a printer. Shipping stuff across the pond is expensive. Well, you've got too many projects right now anyway, Crawler Mad. But Shapeways and PCBWay will print you stuff. And, excuse me. There's a lot of other companies out there now that will print and mail you the parts. And honestly, yes, shipping from the US is like giving an arm and a leg. Honestly, you could probably find somebody in Australia to print that for you, and then you're good to go. There's got to be somebody there who could print that for you. It makes it so easy. These parts, and then you get the model. It's a New Ray flatbed truck. And so you just take the cab and the flatbed, and they basically bolt onto this chassis. There is a little modification you have to do to the flatbed. And the inside fenders, I think, of the cab. But yeah, it's a good build. You just need to source a mid axle. There's a guy on Etsy. Oh, you had a phone call. I forgive you, Mike. There's a guy on Etsy who did he 3D printed and sells mid-axle adapters for this truck. And he's actually one that I got the idea from, and I was like, I want to build my own version. So you can actually go on Etsy, now I think about it. I don't know if he'll ship overseas, but he will. You can buy those parts. I think in Jora, maybe, let's go to Amazon. Maybe Amazon has it. TRX 4M 6x6. Yes, you can get this. I'll give you guys a link to this in the chat. This is a 6x6 conversion for a TRX 4M. And so it gives you the mid-axle, chassis rails. You wouldn't need the chassis rails, you just need that mid-axle basically to go pass through. And then you go buy all the regular TRX 4M parts, links, drive shafts. I designed this around the 2-speed Mias transmission skid plate. So, but I would think it would fit other skid plates. And maybe I'll actually take apart in the build video, take apart one of my TRX 4Ms and try that skid plate in there and see if that fits. I would think it would because the Mias bolts right into these, which is kind of cool. So you can get that, or you could actually go get a full 6x6 chassis, because they do make those for $250. Ugh. That's crazy. Yep. That one's got wheels. Those two don't have wheels, and they're $249, $259. Although, honestly, if you were going to do that build, this comes with drive shafts, a transmission, a battery tray. I don't know if this battery tray would work on my kit, though. My kit does take this and makes things a lot smaller, like shorter down. I'll just drop this link if anybody's interested. Crawling Addict, if you're into trophy truck stuff, scroll up to the link for TR Concepts. He does custom builds similar to how Waffles does his builds, but with a mini trophy truck. It's actually really cool. I would love to do one of those builds at some point, but I got so many other builds in the process that I don't know if I'll ever get there. Yeah. So, anyway. Okay. There's 8 people watching right now. How do I do a poll? Oh, this will be good. Participants, moderator activity, reactions. How do I add a poll? Engage with your audience. Okay, start a poll. Here we go. What should my next build be? I'm going to add this is going to be good. And then we're going to add an option. No, we're not going to add an option. Those are basically that's what I would do. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Why? Start poll. How do I create a poll? I did two things. No, stop it. It's not working, guys. Oh, because I've got too many characters. That's why. I need to get rid of one more character. There. I don't know if you guys watch Murphy's Diesel, but engage. Rob, shouldn't you be headed to bed? Yes, you should, Robbie. We should both be headed to bed, but you get up earlier than I do. Yeah, Waffles. I mean, Mike. I'll call you Mr. Waffles. I need to make a road train. All you need is a few more trailers. You've got one. It's a flatbed, but how hard could it be to build a box trailer, right? Plus, they don't take up that much space. Ish. Oh. The semi's getting more. It's flip flopping. We're getting pretty close. Yours are 5 to 6 feet long. They take space. You could put your tiny cars on the trailer. In the trailer. Honestly, if you build a box truck for that semi, your crawlers should fit inside of them, and then you're really only taking up the same space. Oh, it's 50-50. Ooh, snap. 6 votes. There's 9 people watching, though. Let's see what we got. 1 waffle trailer, 1 barbecue rib trailer, 1 beer trailer, 1 camper trailer equals road train. It went through, Gabe. What went through? Did something go through me? Okay, so we're right there, 50-50. So I get to choose. I'm the deciding vote, unless this 7th person watching wants to vote. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, you should vote on this. Feast and snooze. Semi. Well, here's the thing, Waffles. Both of these fulfill something inside of me that I want to do, so it's kind of a win-win for me. But, all right, ending the poll. Now, starting a new poll. Then both, full send. I just don't have time to do both. I mean, if I could buy parts in bulk, because they're all going to be like the same axles, the same links and stuff like that. Yeah. I should go look and see what I can get axles for. Got Amazon open right here. Well, the Hellboy build would be 2 front axles because it's got to be a 4-wheel steer. And the semi build would be 1 steer axle and 2 rear axles. So I need to buy 3 sets of axles to get those 3 steer. Unless I can buy them separately. Why are axles so expensive? Oh, they're not. 30 bucks for 2 axles, front and rear, and all the hardware. They are going to be nylon, but you know what? That's okay. So do I abandon the 14th scale build? Is that what I do? Have a good night, Tommy. Thanks for joining. Peace, brother. Oh, it's got to have a sleeper. It is almost unanimous. We got to put a sleeper on this one. Now, the truck I'm going to build it off of is like a kid's toy, but it's an expensive kid's toy, so it's like 50 bucks for that model. 3 sets would get you enough to do both. Right. I am putting like Mia's 2-speed transmissions in basically everything that I build now because they're shiftable with a servo and they're metal and like they just have everything. So that's basically what I put in there. If I could get like $1,000 and just go buy those transmissions in bulk and go buy the axles in bulk and all that stuff, man, I could build so much crap. And I probably would. It's the CAD designing. Oh, Granny is here. Semi-sleeper. You make it sound like you only sleep halfway. I don't ever actually fully sleep. It's just halfway. Twin front steer. That's on another level. Honestly, there is a truck that I want to build around the... they make an 8x8, 18 scale. Robbie, help me out. Who is that? It's the Arctos is the name of the truck, but I forget who the company is that builds it. Got any guns for sale? I might help you finance your builds. I don't. I have 3 guns, and I like them all. I do need to sell a 4-wheeler and a dirt bike. But Hobby Plus, that's who it is. Thank you, Crawler Mad. Murphy's Diesel has a 10x10 military vehicle that he swapped a cab over. It might be a Peterbilt, like an old 80s Peterbilt cab over cab onto. And I'm like, it's a 10x10. But I went, if I could get that Hobby Plus Arctos. No, the Arctos is a 6x6. Anyway, they build a 10x10. Waffles, that is my first ever super chat. I help all the custom builds. You know what? I am going to go buy those axles now. That'll be the thing I do. I'm going to abandon the 14th scale crawler because I'm not going to have a lot of fun with that anyway yet. I will build it. Well, it's a fix. I need to fix it, basically, and I have to buy links to fix it. But I need to buy the rods and the ball ends and build custom links because they're not going to be the right size if I go buy whatever. So I'm going to go buy those eventually. And then, yep, I'm just going to have to... It's the first you ever set? It's the first for both of us. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Well, I guess Mike's vote wins. And I know what he voted for. Semi. So, I'm back on a phone call. Nothing stock. RC. Nothing stock 83. I forgive you again. Cherries popped. That's what she said. That's what she said. Jokes are so fun. Hobby Plus. Do you remember the name of that 8x8, Robbie? Buying votes. Hey, you know what? For entertainment purposes, I think it's totally fine to buy votes. For a government, I think it's really bad to buy votes. I wouldn't condone that. Terranaut. That's what it is. Yes. The Terranaut. Thank you, RC Granny. Terranaut Hobby Plus. 8x8. You probably just looked it up. I could have looked it up. My computer's sitting right here in front of me. But I didn't. Government is for entertainment. It basically is right now. Oh my gosh. We don't have to get into that, but yeah, it's crazy. Now it's 10 o'clock. I've been on for almost 2 hours. I would be on for 2 hours had I got on time, but I do need to go inside because my wife is probably this close to calling me. I have 1 and 3 Arctos. Really, Granny? I'm so proud of you. Those are great trucks, especially from what I've seen. Tall, but fantastic. I think they did a good job with those. Yeah, go check out the links. I don't know if the chat stays around after the live. Does anybody know if you have access